Hey guys, what's going on? Figured I'd stop in. I haven't really done a grow update yet. I'm out here actually getting everything sat back out in the sun. I've had most of my stuff sitting out on a table in the shade for the past couple of weeks. Figured I'd give them a little bit more sun before I jump and throw them into the ground. I'm actually I paid somebody to get my garden done for me, tilling it and everything. It's just a bit much for me with everything I got going on. So you can see here, and I've got to go through and do a little bit of adjustments over here. The guy was pulling the grass up, as you can see here in layers, and went through and made actual little beds here, which wasn't really what I was expecting. But I wasn't really, you know, exact on my specifics and everything. But this right here, they're a little deep, 6 inches deep or so, and to me, it'll hold a little bit of water. But I've got all of this right here. It's about 21, 22 feet wide, and then with that area, you can see most of it's done here. The whole area is going to be roughly about 60 to 65 foot long, with the exception of this tree stump that I'm going to have to go around. But let me get down here on the end and I can kind of give you more of a full look here. So there's the edge of it, the fence line. You can see it's pretty wide. I measured it out with my feet. I'm right at about 21 foot, I think it was. So I've got a pretty good area here for being in my backyard. With that being said, I still have pretty good sized backyard here. Get a pool and everything set out. But anyways, I go through just a quick little update on what I've got growing here. Sitting roughly, which I'll get a final count soon once I get everything going into the ground. Roughly about 300 plants. Some of it don't really look like it, like this right here. That's orange habaneros, long cayennes, Anaheim, and Fresnos, which you can see there's 3, 4, 5 plants per slot, which is definitely a pain in the butt when it comes down to transplanting. But making it work. Got a few little reapers here, some pink tiger reapers, red bootlas and chocolate bootlas here on the end, which I'm getting ready to sit them out in the sun. This one here, this tray didn't do too well, but I've got some in here. This one here was one I was really excited about, the SoCal Magma. Nate Gill created this pepper. As you can see, I've got 6 of them here. The Taj Mahal is only in. I had 2 sprout, and one of them kind of dwindled away as soon as I seen it come through the dirt. So that one there kind of sucked. These also, the Apocalypse, not the Apocalypse Scorpion, just Apocalypse. When you can see a new one just sprouted out. They've been sitting out here in the heat. I've only got 4 of those. Well, 5, sorry. You can see there's another one popping up right here. Anyways, the Butch T Congo Brown, which come from Tony Sherwood. I've only got 1 of those here, but I do have another one, as you can see, I pulled out and put into a flower pot by itself. This little guy here, I kind of don't want to transplant him just to see how far he'll go. It's a Shishito. For this little bitty cup, I mean, this sucker is absolutely huge for what it's in. It kind of blew my mind to see that. Got some real 7-pot primos from Troy Primo. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They've got 8 of those here in the tray. I've got 2 of them that are bigger, which I'll show y'all here in a minute. Got 3, 4, 5, 6 yellow primos. Only one of the two Trinidad Murga scorpions that sprouted has made it. And then I have two of the yellow Trinidad Murga scorpions there. Again, I love these little cups. 7-pot brain strain here. That you see I had it marked on there. There was two. They started side by side, and then I separated them out into individual containers. That there, I'm not going to really deal with transplanting into nothing bigger until I go straight in the ground. Carmen peppers, which these here are kind of leggy. All of them ended up that way of those. Couple Santa Fe's. Just separated those. I had those two in a cup together. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Hungarian yellow wax, which I think, yeah, there we go. It's a Carmen. And then you see I've got some jigsaws lined up through here. I've got 8 or 9 of the jigsaws. So I'm pretty excited about those. Definitely one of the ones that I want to focus on pretty strongly, which you can see that they're sprouting out pretty good. And then right here's another little batch from Tony Sherwood. These right here are the Carbonaro Cream, and then Carbonaro Orange, which I've already got a Carbonaro Orange pulled out into a separate tray by itself. Let's see here. We got Red Gum, Tiger Map, Peruvian Black Cobras, which I've got a few of those. Orange Sun Bells, little ghost peppers. These are from the seeds that I grew out last year. There's another jigsaw. I've got a couple of the little ghosts. I think this is the other one right here. No, it's a mystery. Of course, in the process of planting everything in my basement, had seeds drop out here and there. So I've got some marked mystery because I have no idea what they really are. Here's another Orange Sun Bell, which is doing pretty good. I don't really like the spots on the leaves, but you know, it'll be all right. Once I get them into the ground, though, they'll straighten out, I think, a little bit. I've got a pretty healthy yard. A few more Peruvian Black Cobras there. Dorset Naga. I've got a couple of those. I think the other one I've got sitting over in the sun right now. Another jigsaw. These I'm pretty excited about also. It's a Scorpion Arrow. Cross between a red scorpion and a habanero. There's my other little ghost. See, they seem to do pretty well in these little bitty plastic cups. And then this tray actually got started way after everything else. I really like the egg crate thing. Here you see I've got Serranos here, which for them being started after most of everything, they've shot up pretty well. A few little orange Scotch bonnets. This right here is hot bananas. I've only got a few of those, and then new little baby there. A couple more jalapenos, and then these guys, which you can see all the stuff's crammed. I did not anticipate all of my seeds germinating the way they did. I started a whole crap ton of them, like 500 seeds or so, and like I said, I had probably 300 of them go. So pretty good rate. There's a bug on it. So these first ones here are, and the 2 slots are ahi mangoes. Hang on, I got a little extra water in there. And no wonder the dirt was staying wet. Anyways, the first 2 slots are ahi mangoes. And then we got the ahi crystal next to it here. Ahi Sito. And then ahi lemons. And then last but not least, the ahi habaneros here on the end. which you can see they're all getting pretty leggy. They don't have a whole lot of space to do what I want them to do in these trays. I'm actually going to sit these over here in the sun. But you see I've got a bunch more stuff out here. I have my strawberry plant. I've got some mint growing right there. Oh, I got one that blew over. I need to water them a little more. These two here on the end, my Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpions. I've got a Bahamian goat right here. This one actually I trimmed down just as an experiment to almost nothing. Left just a few leaves on it. You can see it's bushed back out. I didn't do any topping. I just trimmed them back. This one here and this one here are the True 7-Pot Primos. Again, these seeds come from Troy Primo. These are a creation that Tony Sherwood made, but the peppers themselves come from Steve Beeler. I think it's North Carolina he's in. So there's these here. They're Tangerine TS Tangerine, whatever way they say it. I may have it backwards. And then I've got a lunchbox pepper here, which I plucked a handful of leaves off of it, and my jalapeno plant here because of the fact that they had some leaves that were looking a little rough. And then here's another tangerine here. You can see I trimmed it back to just about nothing. It's bushing back out real good, so I'm excited about those. They're very, very delicious peppers. Fatali here, trimmed back to almost nothing. I had some leaves on it that looked a little rough. I think some of them got kind of scorched. Here's my 4 Dragon Cayennes. Them guys actually were in a one of them small cups, all 4 together. So I think they've done pretty well. Actually, I said that wrong. This one here, that's a 7-Pot Brain Strain. My lunchbox is right there, and then that's my jalapeno plant right here, getting nice and leggy. And then I've got a competition with some guys, 24-ounce can grow competition. My ghost peppers here are, it's doing absolutely amazing for being in a 24-ounce can. Bushed out very well on both sides here. Of course, my favorite little guy here, which you can see some of them are starting to turn. This cayenne plant here was actually dug out of the flower pot by that little runt there. Just dug it out and kind of tore the plant up. And you can see I've got it to come back. It's loaded up with a bunch of cayennes on it now. Some of them are starting to turn red. A couple of them on here really good size. So I've just about got some pods ripened. They may not be super hot, but there's a yellow Hungarian waxes here, a sweet basil, which I don't know really if I'm gonna put them in the ground. I may transplant out into some other pots. I've got my Butch Tea Congo Brown here I was talking about that I took out by itself. I don't really do chocolate pods too much, but this sucker here was a really, really good pod. Nice heat to it. Another Dorset Naga. And then here's a War Tricks, which was a pretty tasty pod. Not insane heat, but it had a good little mean bite. Couple here, these are Sherwood's Peach Trinidad Moruga Scorpions. Another jigsaw here. Again, like I said, I'm focusing pretty strong on the jigsaws. That's another War Trick sitting right there. It's in a little cup, so I've got it propped up against those guys. Pretty much all these here and the pots, the little pots individually, are Sweet Bananas, Carmen's, and Hungarian Yellow Wax. And then I've got a bunch of mixed bells here. that I'm getting ready to start transplanting. And I spaced them out about an inch or so, so I had a little easier time. Of course, Holy Ghost peppers wouldn't be nothing without the ghost peppers. First two little slots here are regular ghost, which they're smaller. I started them a little later, but I've got a handful of them that are producing. Third slot here, so I've got me a little handful of chocolate and peach ghost. Not a huge fan of the chocolate ghost, but the peach ghost is pretty good. Almost fell. Hey, let me fall down on camera, guys. As you can see, this first slot, purple ghost, did not cooperate. That's the second time I've tried starting purple ghosts and they would not germinate. I do, however, have a handful of white ghost here. And then, see, I got the coyotes and whites. And then the Thai hot peppers. So I've got a pretty wide variety. I've still got a handful of stuff downstairs too. I'll take you in here real quick, guys, and let y'all see. Kind of got the video going a little bit longer than I was hoping to, but I got everything spread out right now, and again, trying to get everything set up and organized and ready for getting them in the ground. Down here in the dungeon. Go in here in my grow room real quick, guys. This is where all the magic had happened, and I'm slacking. I didn't turn my lights on in here yet today. So, see which one of them is missing the top. I'm getting ready to separate them out soon. King Star white ties. I'm really excited to try those. I've heard some really good things about them. That's not really a jalapeno. To be honest with you guys, I forget what it is. I think it might be a orange sunbale. I was messing around and broke it off down kind of far, and basically I stuck it down in the dirt and a hole and had just kept the dirt really wet, and it laid over for about 4 or 5 days, and you can see it's standing tall now. More of the little bananas and yellow wax and the Carmens, and then a little runt sweetie tomato plant. And then let's see here, get these guys out. These guys were one of the last ones I got started too, so again, that's why they're kind of small. My 7-pot greens have not wanted to pop. But I do have a few Big Bad Reds, a couple of Daisy Cutters, and more of the Red Gum Tiger Maps. You can see this one here has gotten really dark compared to the other ones, which I thought it looks pretty cool that way. Some sweeties. Yeah, I've got tomato plants up for sale right now. Romas in the middle here, and then the Chadwick cherry tomatoes. Now I've got some beefsteak tomatoes right here that are really just getting going. I started them. That's the very last thing that I got started right now that sprouted. Of course, these cups here, they haven't sprouted at all, and those have been going. They've been waiting to pop for probably about 3 weeks now. Just started just to see Kraken Scorpion. There we go. I was gonna say, kind of rubbed off on that side. Started another 7-pot green in here, so I'm hoping it'll pop. And then this jigsaw here, the plant that was in it sprouted and then kind of immediately went kaput. So I ended up just sticking another jigsaw seed in there. If it pops for me, I'll end up keeping it as an inside grow. So, I mean, you can see, guys, I mean, I've got some other light up top there, but Sunblaze T5 light, a couple of LED bulbs for stuff over here on the side from Amazon. And then, I've got me a little fan here oscillating. But I just recently, and my wife, it's driving her nuts, started some more seeds last night. I'm hoping to get a little bit of a production out of those. The first one here, it's just kind of like, if I can grow them indoors, I can. If I can put them outside or whatever and get a little bit of fruit off of them, so be it. I started some more Ghost or Boot Jolokia, whatever you feel like calling it. And then I put 15 Cuban Ills in here, which I had never had or never heard of. It's supposed to be a sweet pepper, so I look forward to trying them out. They actually look like they're hot peppers. They're red and look pretty mean. But anyways, guys, y'all keep an eye out. If you haven't yet, go on Facebook, like my page, Holy Ghost Peppers. I've also got a group page on there, Holy Ghost Peppers LLC. Keep an eye out. I'm getting ready to post seeds for sale. I've got, and pardon the mess over here, but I've got seeds here. I've got loads of them down in there. I've got a bag in that box that's completely full of seeds that I've already planted. Also, I've got some boxes full of dried pods I still need to go through and de-seed. And then seeds everywhere. A handful of little strawberry seeds I'm going to try to sprout. Some yellow scorpions, Butch T Congo brands. All these plates here are full of seeds. This is kind of my little area down here in the dungeon. So anyways, again, guys, just keep an eye out. Go on Facebook, like the page. If you don't have Facebook or whatever, just like the stuff on here. I'll try to, if I can get around to it, maybe go through and do a video just kind of posting what I've got. I know most of y'all, if you're not on Facebook, you're on MeWe. I'm not on Pepper Lovers anymore. I got removed for defending somebody for somebody else being in the wrong. So anyways, that's neither here nor there. But anyways, there's a couple pages I know some of y'all are on MeWe, so I may get on there and let people know kind of what I've got going on. I do have a business number. If you go on my page on Facebook, I've got a business number that you can contact me if you got any questions. If you see anything about seeds that you like, you're more than welcome to call me straight, and I'll get you together. Anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all checking in. It's what I got going right now. Hopefully I'll have them in the ground before Thursday when I go back to work. If not, I'm going to be stuck waiting until Monday to get them done. So y'all be safe. Have a blessed night, guys. Thanks for tuning in.